And welcome everybody to the first ever Reservation Roundup here live from Quebedeaux Cajun Cafe here in Pineville. I am Billy French, your voice of Tioga football. We will be joined here shortly by Coach Kevin Cook of your Tioga Indians. This is going to be a weekly show here, Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. here at Quebedeaux. And you can't, hey, look, you see the background behind us. The food here is phenomenal. We're going to talk about last week's game. We're going to talk about the upcoming week's game. We're going to talk about everything Tioga football all season long here every Tuesday night for the Reservation Roundup here with Coach Kevin Cook. Again, my name's Billy French. Behind the scenes, the man that's making it all look good, that is Chuck Perkins. We appreciate Chuck for all he does behind the scenes. He makes this operation go, and without him, we could not do this. Again, I want to welcome everybody in. If you're new to the everything that we got going on, Facebook and YouTube, go ahead and subscribe on there to 446 Sports, and you can go in there and you get updates every time anything happens Tioga football. That will be video and audio, of course, all season long, home and away. We're going to be broadcasting every game all the way through the playoffs. If you hit that subscribe, that way you'll know, hey, if you forgot that the game was on a Thursday night and you were out of town, it'll let you know that we're about to have kickoff, and you can listen and watch the game as well. We're going to be here all season long. Again, this is the Reservation Roundup here at Quebedeaux Cajun Cafe here in Pineville. We appreciate the crew here for allowing us to come in here and have our weekly coaches show here. We're going to be joined by some players, some coaches. We're going to talk a little football. Like I said, we're going to hit on a lot of things all season long. Coach Kevin Cook will be here shortly in the next segment. We're going to go into it a little bit right here. Last week, Thursday night matchup, week one, it was Bolton Bears right across the river here, so a familiar team that we've played, and our boys put on a show. 58-0, Tioga dominated the Bolton Bears, and it was an all-out butt-whooping is the easiest way I could put it from start to finish. Opening kickoff, Jacorian Norris just takes it to the house untouched. Nobody touched him from Bolton. And it just went from there. It was we were talking about it, and you can also go back and watch this game on any of our, on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you need to do here. It doesn't cost you a penny. You can go watch that. It was the longest first quarter I have ever experienced in football. It was right at 50-something minutes just for that first quarter because the Tioga just, as soon as the ball was thrown, they'd score. It was just scoring plays so fast. So Tioga opens it up with a kickoff from Jacorian Norris. And then, of course, very next possession for Bolton, they throw an interception. Max Cadmus runs it back for a touchdown. And it just kept on happening. We ended up, Jacorian Norris ended up having 3 touchdowns. Ponche had a rushing touchdown. Cadmus had an interception touchdown. Case Malone, our quarterback, had a beautiful 29-yard pass to Jacorian later on. Medish had 2 touchdowns. And I know I'm probably leaving a few guys out, but I'm going to go over just a few of the stats. These are unofficials, and we want to appreciate our buddy Brett McCormick for he's our stat guy. Very, very appreciative of all he does. So these are unofficial. These aren't, they might be missing a little bit here, but they're pretty close. Case Malone went 5 for 5 with 102 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Kanan Medish, 11 carries for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ponche, 3 for 48. Jackson Tarver, the backup, I'm telling you, I was very impressed with him going into when his few series that he came in. He had 2 carries for 28 yards. Bates came in, had a carry for 4 yards. In receiving, Norris had 2 for 55 with 2 touchdowns. Riccardi had 1 for 19. Josh Lloyd, 1 for 14. Ryan Reeves had 1 for 14. Nick Morrow had 1 for 10 yards. It just and all about, and again, there was a lot of substitution going on, a ton of starters will come in, then the second strings will come in, and it was a great program win from top to bottom, and that's how you want to do it when you want to be able to get some of your younger guys in there to get a little bit of playing time in varsity, and Tioga did that. I'm telling you, the opening kickoff with Jacorian Norris, and you'll get to see that if you, like I said, if you want to go back in there and watch that. The very close to the very end, one Bolton kickoff guy almost came close to touching him, but nobody really did touch him, and he ran it all the way back, and it just set the tone for the entire game. That whole sideline of Tioga was pumped up, and just an absolute clinic put on by the entire Tioga offense, defense, and special teams. A little bit later on, we've got a couple of the players from that game, Mr. Josh Lloyd, Jacorian Norris, Max Cadmus will be here, along with the Man, this guy is phenomenal special teams coach, and that's Trip Prestridge. He's going to come in and talk a little bit as well. We're going to highlight a lot of stuff. Then, of course, Coach Cook will be here for the second segment as well. If you have some questions, if you have some shout-outs or anything, hey, get on that, especially on Facebook. If you're watching this on Facebook, comment on that page. We like to track that. We like to get views. If you have some shout-outs to anybody that you wanted to say, hey, great job so-and-so, we love doing it. You can do that during the game as well. Me and Chuck love a little reaction here from some of our people that are watching. We've had some fantastic viewership. I know the Jamboree, we had close to 1,000 people view that game already, and Bolton game, of course, is picking up numbers as well. Again, you can go back and watch it anytime you want. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's just an absolute anybody. We want you at the game, okay? But you can watch if you can't make it, if you got grandparents that are out of state or anything like that. All they have to go do is like and subscribe that, and it's free of charge, and you can watch it. And the reason that we're able to do that, if you look at your screen right now, you're going to see some logos that's kind of going around the screen there. That is the people that make all this happen as well. You're going to see a lot of that. Also, going in, we had a couple on big plays. We had to think Southern Air is one of our big sponsors. We appreciate them. They have the Southern Air Cool play of the game. We have Quebedeaux player of the game. We have Sadler's Towing, of course, our scoreboard that you'll get updates on all week long is brought to you by Sadler's Towing. But we're going to go ahead and give you a highlight right here. We have the Southern Air Cool play of the game. Southern Air Cool play of the game. They told me I needed to trademark that so the other announcers can make sure that they use that. But it's going to be brought to you, of course, by Southern Air. So we're going to leave it right here and let you watch that clip here. And that was the pass from Case Malone to Jacoria Norris for a long 29-yard touchdown. And you can just see a beautiful dime right there just dropped into the breadbasket of Jacoria Norris, and it was just untouched. And if you could listen to the play, you would have heard me say, oh, my goodness, because I'm telling you, it was nice. It was just absolutely – you could see just the pinpoint accuracy bought by Case straight to Jacoria Norris. And it's just made it look so easy by that Tioga offense, and we appreciate that. And that was your Southern Air Cool play of the game. Case Malone, 29 yards to Jacoria Norris. And every week we're going to have a Southern Air Cool play of the game. We're going to have a Quebedeaux player of the game. And at the end of the year here at Quebedeaux, we're going to have – and this goes for all 5 teams. Don't forget that we do broadcast Ash, Pineville, Tioga, Menard, and Buckeye. All 5 teams. So at the end of the year, every week that we pick, we're going to have it, and we're going to vote on the player of the year. And it's going to be brought to you by Quebedeaux. And we're going to have a little banquet here for them and we want to bring local, of course, put a little highlight on some of the local teams that we have around here. We appreciate everybody that comes in and being a part of this. And like I said, likes and follows on that subscription. 58-0 was the score on Bolton against Bolton, and I'm telling you, you want to open up the season with a big win like that, and then you got to go ahead and forget that pretty soon. You get to celebrate that night, especially it was a Thursday night ball game, so a lot of the players got to have the extra little time off, get ready, prepare for another week, which we'll talk about next week's Friday night's matchup here coming up soon. But Thursday night game, it kind of gives all the players, and I know a lot of them went to a couple of different local games. Of course, Pineville played this week, and then, of course, Ash traveled down to Karen Crow. Menard, they played Thursday night with us. Around the same time, they had also a Thursday night ball game. And then, of course, Buckeye played at Block. So we had pretty much – and then, of course, on Sunday nights here at Quebedeaux, we have our coaches show. And basically what it is, it's the all 5 of the play-by-play guys. And we just sit around, we talk football, we talk about everything that happened from the last week, from our matchup possibly coming up. And it's something that we're going to do every Sunday night here at 6 p.m. here. The times might change. We have a few things going on with some political figures coming in and what have you. But we're going to have a few, guests on that show as well. And it'll be every night. So we're busy here at 446 Sports. And we're appreciative to everybody because we don't just do football. We do everything. If you follow, we called over 100 different games last year. Chuck Yeah, probably close to 200, exactly. Chuck, I know he called a ton of softball games as well as last year, and then we do baseball. We do Look, we do a lot of stuff around here. We like to make sure that we highlight and showcase Cenla as best we can with local sports, because it's not just about football, but right now it is, because it's football season. This is the time that we wait and we love. We love football season. We love our Tioga Indians. And unfortunately, you're stuck looking at my ugly mug all year long, because I am the voice for – I always said I had a face for radio, but now it's a little bit over. Now it's video too, so you're stuck with me. I hope the glare on my head is not too bad. I made sure I had Chuck check it to make sure that it didn't glare and ruin the view or anything on that. But again, this is Reservation Roundup live at Quebedeaux in Pineville. And we're going to be – you can see that it's already starting to pack the house here. We got Tioga coming in a little bit by little bit. That's because they had because of the Labor Day holiday, they had the JV game moved from Monday to the freshman JV game moved from Monday to Tuesday. So a lot of them are still at the game. They're going to be funneling their way in here. Again, we're going to be here every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 live from Quebedeaux. Man, come out and visit. You ain't got to be a part of the show. You don't have to have a kid playing in Tioga. Just come and experience the ambiance here, and the food at Quebedeaux is I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, you need to come try it. And like I said, we're going to be here every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 live. This is the Reservation Roundup here, brought to you by Quebedeaux on 446 Sports, and we'll be right back after this break.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And welcome back, everybody, to Reservation Roundup here live at Quebedeaux, brought to you by 446 Sports. And we're here with Coach Prestridge and a few of the young men on the Tioga team. And, Coach, we talked a little bit before the show, and your special teams, of course, if y'all do not know, he is the special teams coordinator, and he wears a hat on a lot of different things. Of course, Coach Tripp does, but your special teams, these last two games, not only the Bolton game, but of course the Jamboree has been just absolutely lights out with punt coverages and kickoff returns and everything. Tell us what the mindset going into this year that maybe you've tweaked a few things that seems to be opening up massive holes for your kick returners.
Yeah, I think we're returning.
Yep.
We're returning a whole bunch of seniors this year, and our mindset is get these guys the ball and kind of let them make a play. We have a young kicker that's starting for us, Ethan Bridges, and his potential is really amazing. It's great to pair him up with some seniors that we have, and this week, I mean, every week it's just a focus on, hey, you're our guys. I mean, three of these four guys have played for 3 years now, so anytime I can get any of them the ball, that's a win for me. So any of them can score at any time.
Well, back-to-back weeks now, we've had opening kickoff returns, or it's been a lot of hype to live up to that, and it's got to make you feel good. Of course, being the special team coordinator, on what you're instituting in that practice is translating to the ball game.
Yeah, it's always good. Not just for Jacorian, but the other 10 guys on the field. I mean, somebody's getting a hat on a hat, and he's seeing a crease and he's hitting it just like we tell him to do. So it's not just him; it's an all-team effort, and we hope to just keep it going.
Absolutely. And Coach, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and introduce everybody watching at home. You're going to see it, but introduce who we got here tonight.
All right, so we got some of our DBs. Some of them play offense and all special teams. Really, we got Josh Lloyd on the end, receiver, DB. 17, does everything, anything and everything. We got Max Catamus, athlete. That's all you got to put by his name. Track guy, football guy, just football player. Jacorian Norris, of course, DB, receiver, any special teams. And then at the end, our lone non-senior, we got Karlinski Lloyd playing corner for us. Oh,
good. Well, we got already the man's got the mic in his hand, so we're going to go ahead and start with you, Jacorian. Jacorian, the hype's up there, buddy. I mean, you're not hiding anything. Teams that are coming in, your name is first on the lips right now. How does that make you feel, having that kind of senior leadership that's also knowing that you can't really sneak up on anybody anymore?
I mean, feels great. I just try to play a game, just ball out. I don't really like to try to sneak up on people. I like to let them know I'm there.
Well, you've done that thus far. The first two games of the, we'll call the Jamboree what it is, because you had a great night then. But then, of course, 3 touchdowns this past Thursday night, and set the tone with the opening kickoff. You are our Southern Air cool play of the game, and also our Quebedeaux player of the game. So a lot of hype, which I think you can handle that. You never leave the field. I have noticed that. I know they probably got your own special water bottle on the sideline that makes sure that nobody else can touch it. But it's a lot to live up. But that's what you want as a senior coming in. Yeah. You had a great season last year, and of course nothing changes when it comes into that senior year. Tell me a little bit on some of the things was it a little different Thursday night than what you were prepared for, or was it exactly what you thought?
It was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. I just feel like we just came out there, we was ready to play. Everybody executed and did what they're supposed to. So, I feel like if we keep doing that every game, then it's multiple games we should come out with the dub.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about. Make sure we get the win. We like personal accolades, but we really want that W at the very end. We're gonna swap the mic over here. We're going to go ahead and just start it right here with Max. Max, I hope you're ready to talk, buddy. Let's see here, Max. I don't know. Yeah, will that work? All right, here we go. Max Catamus. Now, Max, of course, you had the interception return for a touchdown on Thursday night. And, of course, I called your name quite a bit on a lot of tackles brought to you. Tell me, what is it like to have your senior season already start with a big bang?
Oh, man, it's great. We started out pretty good against Bolton. I'm just happy to play. Yeah. That's about it.
Of course, getting on being a DB. Yeah, you got them coming at you now. This week coming up, they're going to be throwing the ball a whole lot more than what we saw here. But, man, Tell me, how big did your eyes get when that ball floated up and there was no receiver near you?
Yeah, it was a gift. I saw it. I got it. Yeah, it was a gimme play.
Yeah.
It was underthrown.
Those are a DB's dream right there. That's like
real.
a shortstop with a ground ball up the middle with a run on first. It's just a DB's dream right there to throw it. But again, you've been laying the wood for the last couple of years, man, and you love to hit people. And
Yes, sir.
That's a special gift because not everybody likes to tackle people. Some people like to avoid them, but you like to hit them.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
So tell me about what your mindset is going into a ball game on how you prepare to, because you're most of the time going to be going up against their best player on the outside.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just zone out, man. I just lock up. That's all I can think about. To just keep on.
There you go. Well, you seem to be prepared every week, buddy, and we appreciate all you do. We're going to pass the mic down. That's Mr. Josh Lloyd here. And now, Josh, we know that, you had a great jamboree. You had can you hear? Okay. Josh, go ahead, speak into there and make sure we can hear you.
Check.
Okay, we can let you ready here. That man knows what's going on. But had a big jamboree game and then turned around and, of course, y'all didn't have to do a whole lot after that first quarter, so you didn't get to see about. But you did make your name known, of course, when the ball was thrown to you. You made the catch. You play both sides of the ball as well. Is that right, Josh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what's your mindset here? Because you got a sophomore quarterback that can get you the ball this year, which is nice to have a quarterback that can throw you the ball. But you seem to be a lot taller and bigger than everybody you line up against.
My mindset, basically, as long as he can get the ball in my area, I'm gonna go get it, and then I'm gonna make something happen after I get it. That's all I need. He need to get it in my area.
What was y'all's mindset being up so big after the first quarter this week, and how did you stay motivated on a game that was almost kind of getting out of hand?
You want to stay humble in those situations because at any time you could be the team that's down. So
right.
you just want to stay humble. And just keep executing and doing what you coach to do, and you'll finish out.
Well, we got a big ball game, which we're going to talk to the coaches here in a little bit about that. Big ball game here at Bro Bridge this coming up Friday night. But stay tuned, of course. Now, I didn't know did Karlinski want to talk as well, buddy? Did you want to get in on this? Okay, he's going to talk. Good deal. Pass that there. All right. Now, that is the young, I'm not going to say little brother. We're going to say the younger brother of Josh here.
Oh, you can say it. We all say it, so it's okay.
Well, you're the only senior that's not up here. Kind of tell us a little bit on I mean, you got this year and next year. And this, after a big win like that on a Thursday night, how do you stay mentally prepared and pumped up to keep continuing on?
I guess just knowing that I got a bunch of other guys to look up to and show me how to fix whatever I'm lacking on and correcting me on where I could be better at and stuff like that. But it feels good to beat Bolden like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big, big win coming off to the first season. Absolutely. And, Coach, you got such a great group of seniors this year and juniors, and, I mean, some of our sophomores are even leaders coming into this. What's the mentality? Kind of what's the the mindset this year for the entire team? Do y'all have like a slogan or anything that y'all are going by this year?
Yeah, on defense, Coach Muter brought in a warpath as kind of our motto on defense. Basically, anybody in the way, we're going to go through you. So that's kind of the mindset this year. We're on the warpath on defense.
Yeah, and brought in a few more coaches, which we'll go over that a lot with Coach Cook here in the next segment as well. But Bridges, man, we'll talk about him just a little bit here. I'm super impressed with the leg. That young man has got a boot on him on kickoffs, and that's so important not to get beat.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got God-gifted talent, honestly, as a freshman coming to us, and we're going to try and get everything we can out of him for the next 4 years. So we're really excited to have him.
Yeah, for a freshman kicker that can kick that good is nice because you don't have to worry about that for 4 years, and that's a huge plus. So, again, this is the Reservation Roundup. This is Coach Tripp, and we're going to go ahead down here. We got Josh Lloyd, we got Max Kapnis, we got Jacorian Norris, and we got Karlinski Lloyd as well here. So we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back in the third segment. We're going to talk to Coach Cook. We finally got him in the building. We know he's been a busy man, but every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. here live at Quebedeaux, we're going to have the Reservation Roundup with Coach Cook, talk about the week prior's games and then the upcoming game going on here on 446 Sports. I am Billy French. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Coach Kevin Cook. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Thanks for having us.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
And welcome back, everybody, to Reservation Roundup. Sitting next to me here is Coach Kevin Cook of your Tioga Indians, and he had to watch his son play a little bit. They had a little game. Look, I don't mind it at all. I'm glad you. I told you could have stayed a little longer if you need be. I can talk. That's what I do for a living.
Well, trying to be a dad before I'm a coach, sometimes it's hard to do, but it worked out tonight.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. We just talked to Coach Tripp Prestridge and a bunch of the young guys, and they did a great job, of course, trying to stay humble after a big win that game. But we're going to shift gears a little bit here. This is going to be, we leave Friday and we head out to Breaux Bridge down south.
Yeah.
And fun matchup. We've looked forward to this game all off season because we knew we had a 1-1. With them home and away. And we played them a tight ball game last year. We got the W. Very, very evenly matched teams. And tell us a little bit about kind of a scouting report or whatever. It's going to be what we saw last year, I would imagine, with them only losing one senior.
That's exactly, you just said it. It's going to be the same thing it was last year. Whoever doesn't make the most mistakes will probably win the ball game. Turnovers are probably going to decide it, which is a pretty large cliche. But when you had a game that was so tight last year, and you had a couple penalties that were at key moments, and anytime you have a ball game that close on any level of football, you can go back to a handful of plays that change the outcome. It'll be the same way after this Friday. Last year it worked out in our favor. We made those couple plays, and this year that's who's going to win it as well. Who makes those couple plays or who loses, it's going to be who makes those couple mistakes.
Well, they have a senior quarterback. His name is Kelby Hypolite, 5'8", 175, senior quarterback, can run the ball, can throw the ball, really, really seasoned leader.
Yeah.
And you saw that last year. I mean, he was a leader. We compared him a lot to Gabe Sellers being that leader last year. Then, of course, they've got a senior running back that did not play last year. That's Christian Matthews, 5'6", 165. Then they got a fullback that's humongous. Just three really good receivers in Noel, Broussard, and Chevalier. And then they've got a 6'1" tight end in Combs. That just, I mean, it opens up a lot of things that you can run the ball, you can throw the ball.
Right.
But our DBs are, I made mention to that last week during the call, how our DBs are good-sized DBs, with Max and Josh, of course, but that's because a lot of times our receivers are playing both sides of the ball.
Well, our DBs, pound for pound, I'd say two of them are pound for pound as stronger. They're probably stronger than anybody on our team.
Right.
And they can move around a little bit. So, we have a couple of them that can come down and play linebacker if it was a necessity, and because that's the mentality that they play with. But their quarterback is so elusive. He makes you have to adjust what you're doing to suit him because he is so slippery, and he's just a great athlete. He's going to win them some ball games all by himself. I'm not saying the other kids aren't great athletes. They're also very good in other spots, but he can do it alone. And that's the thing. You go into a ball game like this, you've got to try to make them beat you with somebody besides number one. But number one is the target.
Yeah.
We're not going to make any exception to that rule. Number one's the target, and he has to be our target or he will beat us.
Absolutely. And he is a quarterback that will look to throw first and then run second as opposed to just being a running quarterback. He is looking down the field. So even while he's scrambling, his head is up. He's looking down the field, and he made some phenomenal plays last year. I remember a couple of them over the middle, and that's just him scrambling ability to get outside the pocket. And it's hard, any DB, I don't know how good you are, it's hard to stay with that receiver for a good 10 seconds.
Yeah, you can only cover so long, and then, you have a guy that elusive. Well, it's hard for a down lineman to make a tackle on a guy like that. He's a skinny little scat guy, and you're a big nose guard. That's not a real fair fight. And then but then you run into the situation where, I like their running back number 25. He runs hard. And he's not going to give up because there's no hole. He's going to bounce it around to the outside, or he's just going to churn his legs and cram through there. So, you can't just sell out and pull the big guys out because the quarterback's elusive. And so they really make you defend the whole field and the whole thing. And I believe that, Coach Mooter, we've been very blessed to have him and, on our defensive staff, which we were added, of course, as we added Jalen too, and that's been a great addition. And I think they've come up with a good plan. We're working on that after practice, during practice, and after today we're going to work on it some more, and just try to go execute that plan.
Yeah, because a lot of times on really athletic young men like this, Hypolite, is you can't really just stop him, but you can contain him. You make up a game plan to just contain him, to keep him in that box.
He's going to make plays. Right. He's going to make plays in the air. He's going to make them with his legs. It's just a matter of trying to minimize those, plays. And then if we can get them into a bind, whether it's a holding call or we can just catch them on some downs, we got to get them off the field in those moments. We can't allow a large conversion or a third and long or a fourth and anything. You've got to maintain. You've got to win those battles. And I think if we can minimize him or try to contain him, and we can win those third and longs and any fourth downs, then I think we'll be okay.
Well, not only that, of course, like you said, turnover battle is so crucial on winning and losing. Yeah. Special teams is another kind of fixture in that is very, very important. And thus far early on in the year, and I can just go by, the Jamboree and by the first week one against Bolton, your special teams right now, especially with kickoff return, punt return, is very, very efficient right now with the returners that we have and it's, of course, Jacorian gets a lot of the praise because he's so fast, he's so elusive. But there's some key blocking going on by special teams on that
yeah.
kickoff return that is just lights out, that we haven't had a lot because our defense has been so good thus far. But they've done a phenomenal job with special teams on returns and kickoffs.
They have. I'm real proud of what Coach Tripp has done. He's also, y'all met him earlier tonight, our DB coach. I'm real proud of him. He does a great job as our special teams coordinator, and this early on is probably the most success we've had on special teams, since we've been together. But it's a lot of Coach Tripp, and it's a lot of the kids executing what he's put into play. And I don't know how it will go Friday. I can tell you, I would not expect them. I don't think they have the coverage to contain our kids on special teams, and I don't think they'll kick to them because I don't think they can, and I don't think I would.
Yeah.
And so, we got to have to make some adjustments for some of those things. But I'm real proud of where we're at in that level of football right now.
Kind of funny that, I talked to one of the Bolton coaches after the game the other day, and his words were, our goal was not to kick it near number one.
Correct. That's a great goal.
But it just happened to be, it went right to him on the opening kickoff, and he made them pay.
We've all been there as coaches. You tell the kicker, don't kick it to number whatever. And every time, it's like a magnet. It's like a magnet. It just sucks over there to him. And I'm like, I feel like killing the kicker, but there's never a second kicker.
Right,
so you can't kill the one kicker you got.
That's the one position there's not a whole lot of depth on. Speaking of kicker, kind of translate over here, you got the freshman kicker that's got a heck of a boot on him, man.
He does. I think he's going to be special, but he's a freshman right now, and sometimes, you forget that because his leg is really good. He was kicking tonight, matter of fact. And what's great about him is he's not just a kicker. He's an excellent receiver.
I saw him line up in the receiver a few times. Yeah.
I think, he's one of those guys that maybe probably for the first time in my coaching career will have a kicker who either starts or is one of these starting players at another position.
How scary is that, though?
I think I'm looking forward to his last name's Bridges, and I'm looking forward to him through the years, as he grows as a player and athlete. But what a weapon he'll be, to be able to, get a lot of touchbacks.
Yeah, not only that, because we've seen the leg on the kickoffs, because we had a lot of kickoffs the other night. But, man, just had so much height. He struggled a few on PATs, but you could tell he was getting, which I talked to Coach Tripp about. It was some ball issues as well on that. They weren't able to substitute the kicking ball as opposed to, what the quarterback uses. But, man, when he got a hold to it, that thing just went a mile, and it was just, it looked like it would be good from 50 just on what he's doing. And being a freshman, how awesome is that? But translating to having him be such an athlete and can play receivers with fakes, and we're not telling you nothing at home, but I'm just saying, later on down the road, that can be something that can be very beneficial.
Well, and tonight he catches a slant for a touchdown, in the junior varsity game, not even the freshman game, and he is a freshman. And so I think he's going to bring a lot to the table in a lot of ways. So we're looking forward to that guy.
Yeah, and you had a lot of young guys play the other night. I was very impressed with Jackson Tarver. The pass that he threw over the middle was a bullet. He threw it on a rope. And, of course, when you're up big like that, you don't get to throw the ball a whole lot. You got to pretty much eat the clock. Yeah. But the opportunities that he had, and Medish coming in there, and he just mauled over everybody, and it was very impressive.
We like Medish a lot. He hasn't played football at our school. Moved in from Colorado a couple years ago and just didn't play sports, and he decided he wanted to come out this year. We got a couple guys that, it's their first year coming out as seniors. We're happy to have them. I think they're all doing a good job. Medish works hard.
Yeah.
We're just trying to catch him up to football. So.
Right. And then, of course, Kenny Ponche, I'm very impressed with him. And then Reeves, that dude could block. That dude, he ain't afraid to hit anybody. And that's the kind of place you want a fullback that's not afraid to hit somebody.
So Reeves comes out there his first week of practice, and he loves football. Wanted to play football all along. Had a little injury that kind of really made them, and I don't blame them, because, like tonight, my kid comes way before football. And so, they were worried about his health, but the doctor cleared him. Doctor said he's fine. And he comes out there the first week of practice. He wants to play football again. And he pancakes people.
Yeah, he can hit.
I think that was the most exciting thing. I don't care about running and catching. I want to see somebody with a defensive lineman laying underneath him.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw. Like he pancaked one of our better linebackers a couple different times throughout the course of the day. Really frustrated, the other kid. But I thought, man, it's great to have a real tight end for maybe. I don't remember having a true blue, real. I still call them H-backs. Everybody's got a different name for them.
So he is technically listed as a tight end.
He's listed as a tight end, and that and he's smart. You can move him all over the place, and he can do different things. And he does have excellent hands. Like he legitimately has great hands, and so he has been a blessing.
It's not, like I said, you've got a strong senior class, a good junior class, and then you got some sophomores that really step up, and then you've got a couple players. I know that Tarver's a freshman. Is he?
Tarver's a freshman, yes.
And so you got a lot of young little future studs in the stable that help fill that program in case you need to fall back on something.
We're really looking forward to the future.
Yes,
and and those freshmen are going to get to reap the benefits of that brand new field house that they're building. They'll probably be the first class in it, and it's a good first class to be in.
That's it. And we appreciate the community here around Tioga, and we'll talk about a lot of what's coming on stuff like that in the final segment. We're going to take a break here. This is a 446 Sports production here at the Reservation Roundup with Coach Kevin Cook here live at Quebedeaux in Pineville, and you can see the crowd back there here. We're going to take a quick break after this, and we're going to come back and we're going to finish up here with the final segment. I am Billy French alongside Kevin Cook here, the head coach of your Tioga Indians. This is a 446 Sports production of Reservation Roundup. We'll be right back.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pine.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investment.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless.
Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
All right, everybody, we are back live at Quebedeaux Cajun Cafe here in Pineville. This is 446 Sports Production, the Reservation Roundup with Coach Kevin Cook. And you see the people out here supporting local restaurants here. We appreciate Quebedeaux for allowing us to come in and make this a every week show here, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. with Coach Kevin Cook. And, Coach, it's just an absolute of course, we look forward to football season every year. Yeah. I mean, you know, during the season, you find yourself sometimes tired of the travel. And, of course, we don't put near as many hours as you put in. I'm sure your wife, I'm sure she would appreciate a couple of weeks off here and there. But when you don't have it, you get antsy and you kind of long for it. I know that has to be the same thing for you.
Well, I think, you know, you're in this because number one, you better love kids.
Yes.
All right. That's the number one thing. You have to love kids. And then, you know, you have to have a passion for football too. And so, obviously, I hope I have those things, you know, and it makes it worth, you know, all the trial that you do go through, late nights, every night of the week. We run a couple of home devotions in our home. And so it's really hard to run too, because there's not 2 nights of the week that are free from football once football season comes. And so it does, you know, it's a very busy season, you know, when you're a football coach, and, you know, our coaches don't get a break. You know, our staff's not large enough where, okay, well, this is the freshman staff doing this, and this is these guys going to this town to have this game. We don't really have that luxury. It's all in. Yeah. And so I really appreciate our guys and their wives and families for, you know, not getting to see them as much and them being okay with that. So
yeah, so give us a rundown, if you don't mind, kind of what your schedule is for the week with the game-wise. I know we normally have the freshman games that play on Monday.
So typically Monday, you know, obviously this week being Labor Day, changed it to tonight, but typically Monday you're going to have either home or away games. Well, even on the home games, you're not coming home till 10:30.
Right.
And in away games, it just depends on how far it was. You add those miles on to that 10:30. Well, then Tuesday's your long practice. You're going to practice till real late on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we're trying to get kids out in time for church. But we're going to practice till about 5:30. Yeah. On Thursdays, you'll walk through, and all of these nights you have laundry.
Yeah.
So there's a different night of the week you're staying out there a couple more
coaches
hours.
Do that, by the way. They don't have anybody that just comes in and do it. The coaching staff is the one that does all the laundry.
Definitely. You do 91 sets of laundry. It takes a little while. Friday night's the game. And so what people don't see on Friday night is after the football game's over, your job just kind of gets started. We have a little dinner set up for the men and their families, and then everybody kisses their family bye, and we clean on the field house till about 1:30, 2:30 in the morning.
I was going to bring that up. I saw Coach Chrisman because, of course, we have a lot to tear down. Chuck has a production unknown over there. So as we're tearing it down, everybody's on their way out. It's not hardly any people, but I look down on the field, and I see the coaches, y'all coaches out there grabbing pylon and grabbing
Well, because here's the thing. You've got to do all the laundry, and then we clean the entire field house. We clean the floors. We clean the lockers. We clean all of those things because we start again at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. So at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, even though you got home at 1:30, 2:30, you're back at 10 for the kids to work out, and we're doing our film study, and then we come back in at 3 on Sunday and meet till about 6.
Wow. So it's almost 7 days a week type of deal. This is a commitment for sure.
Once you get rolling in August, it's a 7-day-a-week deal until it's over with.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, it's a shock when it's over.
Yeah.
Your family's shocked that you're home, and it takes a little while.
Who are you? I'm your daddy.
Well, your wife has gone, and she's made these adaptations to the structure of the home,
right,
which is what she has to do. She doesn't have a choice about that. And then when you're there, they're like, well, no, Dad, that's not the way we've done it all these months that you were away from home.
Yes, sir.
And this is a new way it's going. So
it's a big adjustment
it's
for
a
you,
big
too,
adjustment for everybody.
Well, let us know. Of course, I know we mentioned, of course, you brought in a few extra coaches this year. Of course, my son, Jalen Ivey, is the defensive line coach, and I was super excited, not only because I am the voice of Tioga, but it's a very special feeling being up in that press box and overlooking and seeing your son with a headset on, getting, hyping up these young men. But tell. I know you had a couple coaches come in, and then we had some summer workout. I know with Chrisman and everything that came in. But who did you get in new?
We did. Of course, we had Jalen come in new. We were very excited about having him. We were able to retain all of our other coaches, which is a big deal.
That's huge.
There's not a lot of people getting into coaching anymore, and so, you got to try to maintain what you have, or retain, maybe, might be the best way to word that. And we were able to use Ethan Chrisman, who plays over at LCU, just because of the way that LCU runs. We were able to use him in the summer to coach and help out, and that was super exciting for me. Another one of my players coming home to work, and he's going to school to be a coach.
Yeah.
So
get some on-the-job training there.
On-the-job training in a hurry, and I think that we're looking forward to him graduating, and hopefully we'll be able to get him on the staff at some point over the next couple years. But I love coaching. I think that you have to love it to be doing it. I look at my coaching staff, and all of them could be making the money they're making coaching doing something else. And a couple of them could be making a lot more money than what they're making coaching, but they love it too. And so that's what makes it pleasurable. Yeah. It doesn't always seem pleasurable, maybe from the outside.
Well, the hour, if you're going to be if you're going to be a football coach, and especially in Louisiana, don't factor in the hours you're putting in to your paycheck at the end, because it's going to make you very.
I did it one time at Tioga, and for the schedule that we have, our coaching staff makes $1.85 an hour before taxes. So after Uncle Sam sticks his dirty old hand in there, it's a lot worse.
It's worse than that.
It's about $1.30.
It's got to be you got to have a kind of a passion, absolutely, for that to be able to do it. And I understand it. I love it as well. I've coached, of course, not at high football, but a softball and what have you. And you got to have that dedication, and of course, being able to retain every one of your staff, that's huge right there. That makes it a lot easier on you than having to go out and find a whole new coordinator for this or what have you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, you know, now we do have we had some movement in our club this year, so we kind of really had a new quarterback club come in, and then they've done a great job. You know, our old one did a great job. These guys are doing a great job. So we've had some changes this year that we're in the behind the scenes things, you know, making some adjustments to, and I think it's going to grow and do really well. So we're excited about the direction that the program's headed. Just to be honest, as I shared off the air a minute ago, we have a record number of kids playing football at Tioga High School this year.
That means something.
I don't know if the school's ever had this many, but I know I've never had this many really at any school I've been at, and so it's really been a lot of fun. And, you know, just people wanting to be a part of what's going on.
Well, we have such a great community, and we talk about this every year, how the Ward 10 community has such strong roots here and that love to help out Tioga. You know, us being the first team with the turf field that we've been blessed with for all these years. I know a couple of other people now are starting to get the turf fields, but now, of course, with the new press box last year was the first year with the press box, which was absolutely – I can't tell you how much I appreciate it because it's awesome up there, air conditioning and all that. And if you're allowed to, can you go over a little bit what's coming with the field house?
Sure. Well, and before we even get to the field house, you know, but the new turf is coming in after the season. So we have new turf coming in after we've already had one company come out, and it's going to be an upgrade, you know, as far as the cooling process and all of that turf. So we're real excited about that. We're hoping to be able to get, you know, the best concussion pad that they make, and just for everybody's safety who's out there. And that'll be really nice. But before they do that, they're going to put in our new scoreboard. It's going to be a Jumbotron, and we're pretty excited about that.
First Jumbotron.
So we're matter of fact, went to a meeting last week, and I think they've got all that narrowed down. You know, and it's not going to happen in time for this season, unfortunately, because it's about a 90-day deal once the bid's awarded. So it'll take a little while, you know, probably realistically, I'm going to say probably 3 to 4 months. But that would give us time to get the turf situation settled. So they'll put the scoreboard in and do that. And then it's actually going to go on the opposite end that it's on now, where it's traditionally been, because we're going to build a new field house. The dirt samples have already been sent off. So if the dirt samples come back fine, we're going to build a new 2-story field house down there in the other end zone, real close to the school. And so, you know, the ideal behind the multiple stories is that we want to really take the front side and bring some nostalgia back to the school and mimic the front of the original Tioga High School. The original Tioga High School was multi-storied, had 4 gigantic pillars, and was just a beautiful building, you know, before it burned down. We want to mimic that in a small version of it on the front of the field house to kind of bring that back, bring that history back. But the back end, and as you wrap around, will be pretty modernized. It's going to be the goal is all glass overlooking the turf on the top layer, where you know we'll be able to do some.
And that'll be close to the junior high, like the basketball courts by the junior high.
No, it's going to be directly in the end zone.
Oh, it will. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just directly in the end zone right there. So a lot of dirt work, a lot of work that has to be done just to get going on a foundation. But that's the goal. Of course, that's all, you know, predicated on the soil samples and how they go.
But if you're listening at home, it sounds to like the Jumbotron and the new field, new turf, that should be ready for next season.
Definitely, that will be ready, you know, for this following season. And then, you know, the new field house was part of the bond issue, and so you're just in line with other projects there. That's already, you know, been passed, and I think that it's a testament to our people in our community that they want our kids to have the best. And I always tell people when people come by the school, it looks like it's a school loaded with rich kids. To be honest with you, it really does.
People's called us that all our lives.
and I tell them, no, it's actually just the opposite. You know, these are good, hard-working, everyday people.
Yes, sir.
All right, but when it comes to their kids, they'll always say, yeah, we'll pay an extra penny and a half or half a cent or a third of a cent, whatever it is. Because if that'll give our kids the best, and it's the best at my wife's elementary school that she teaches at. You know, it's the best at other elementaries. It's the best at our junior high. Our junior high is going to end up inheriting our field house, so they'll have the best facility in the state for a junior high.
Yeah.
And so what our community did when they voted that to pass, they actually gave our girls sports way better facilities than they've ever had because they're going to inherit some facilities in this. They gave our junior high the best facility they're going to have, and then they're going to give the high school athletes the best facility in this area by as my uncle would say in West Texas, a country mile.
A country mile.
So that it's going to be amazing, and it's just going to be a process of getting it accomplished.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We appreciate the community, like we've said, and
Yes.
they've always supported Tioga Athletics, and we appreciate all that they do. And I made that joke as well, too, is everybody from the outside thinks it's just nothing but a bunch of rich kids out here. But like you said, it is just we're going to do what it takes to have the best facilities for our young
Well,
kids.
it's just proof that, it takes a village to raise a child, but a village can provide an amazing experience for all children. And that's what the Tioga community has done. They've said, look, maybe we can't afford it, but together we can afford it. And we want the best for our kids, and that's what they've asked.
Well, we appreciate it, Coach, and this is a wrap-up of Week 1 here. This is every Tuesday night from 7 to 8. We're going to be here with Coach Kevin Cook as the Reservation Roundup here live at Quebedeaux Cajun Cafe in Pineville. Every Tuesday night, we appreciate them. And we're going to go ahead. That's going to do it for us tonight. This is a 446 Sports production of the Reservation Roundup with Coach Kevin Cook. I'm Billy French. Appreciate Chuck Perkins behind the camera producing everything for us. We will see you Friday night in Breaux Bridge. And we hope that if you can't make the game, we want you at the game. But if you can't make the game, watch us. Hey, I like seeing people in the stands watching the game with their phone out listening to the game. So that's what I want to see. I want everybody to put, let's go support them at the stadium. And if you got grandparents, aunts, uncles that are out of state, shoot them over there and let them know that they'll be able to watch and listen. So, again, I'm Billy French alongside my buddy Coach Kevin Cook. We appreciate everybody, and we will see you Friday night. Thank you, and God bless.